You know that voice in your head? The one that's always there, narrating everything you do, sometimes criticizing, sometimes second-guessing? Yeah, we all have it. But what if you could totally transform your relationship with it? Not shut it up, but actually understand it. Okay, let's really get into this.
I want to kick things off with a question that honestly changes the whole game. What if that super harsh, critical voice you hear isn't some evil enemy you have to fight? What if it's just a scared little kid trying to keep you safe with the only tools they've ever known? Just hang on to that image for a bit as we go through this.
All right, first things first. We're going to stop calling it negative self-talk. That's out. From this moment on, we're calling it the narrator. And look, this isn't just playing with words. This is a huge psychological shift. See, when you call it the narrator, you're turning it from this undeniable, all-powerful truth into a character in your story. And a character is something you can observe, you can question, and you can even start to feel a little bit of compassion for.
So every character has an origin story, right? Well, the narrator's story started a long, long time ago. And get this, it's not some wise old sage whispering in your ear. It's basically an 8-year-old running your life on seriously outdated survival software. Let's dig into how that program even got written in the first place.
When we were kids, our whole world pretty much boiled down to solving 3 big problems. Number 1, friends. How do I make them? How do I fit in with the group? Number 2, rewards. How do I get praise and, get the thumbs up from the grown-ups around me? And then the big one, the most important one, safety. How do I avoid getting hurt, whether that's emotionally or physically? The answers we came up with for these 3 questions, well, they became the fundamental rules for our inner narrator.
Now you have to understand the state our brains were in when we learned all these rules. As kids, we're in what you could call rapid learning mode. We're not sitting there analyzing things or questioning them. No, we're just absorbing absolutely everything from our environment like a little sponge.
And here's the absolute kicker. For the vast majority of our childhood, our brains are operating in a theta brainwave state. You know what other state that is? It's the exact same super suggestible, totally receptive state as deep hypnosis. We were literally just downloading behaviors, beliefs, and our parents' repetitive phrases with zero filter. That's how the narrator learned to talk.
And this really gets to the heart of the problem, doesn't it? The narrator isn't malicious. It's not trying to hurt you. It has the best intentions in the world, but for the 8-year-old you used to be. It's trying to use a child's survival guide to navigate the insanely complex world of an adult.
So how does this old, outdated software actually create problems for us right now, today? Well, it shows up as limiting beliefs. These are the invisible scripts running in the background, telling us what we can and can't do. Let's look at a really powerful example of how this plays out, even for people at the top of their game.
This is a direct quote from behavior expert Chase Hughes, talking about what his own narrator tells him right before he's about to go on stage. Think about that. Even at the absolute peak of his field, that little 8-year-old voice is still in there, trying to keep him safe by telling him to just play small. This isn't a rookie problem, this is a human problem.
Now, when that voice pipes up, what's our first instinct? We argue with it, right? We ask, wait, am I really faking it? Is that true? But that's the wrong fight. You're falling into a trap. The truth of that belief is completely irrelevant. Who cares if there's a tiny grain of truth in it? The only question that actually matters is this one. Is this thought helpful? Is it moving me forward or is it holding me back? That's it.
Okay, let's do a really quick experiment. I want you to fill in the blank. Wealthy people tend to be... What's the very first word that pops into your head? Don't think about it, don't censor it. Just the gut reaction. That word, that's a clue. It's pointing to a belief that's probably hiding in the shadows.
Let's try one more. Confident people are secretly, what? Arrogant, insecure, faking it? Whatever your answer is, it's so telling. Our judgments about other people are often just mirrors, sneakily showing us the limiting beliefs we hold about ourselves and what we think is possible for us.
Okay, so we've identified the narrator. We know its programming is old. Now what? The solution isn't to get into a shouting match with it or to just plaster positive affirmations on top. The real secret is to fundamentally change how you listen to it. This analogy just nails it. Imagine you hop in your car and on the radio is this dramatic broadcast about an alien invasion. If you think you're listening to a live news report, you feel pure panic. But if you know it's just a fictional sci-fi audiobook, you're entertained. Now the audio is identical. The words, the emotion in the voice, the sound effects, all the same. The only thing that changed was your perception of the source.
And that changes everything.
So here's the technique. This is what you do. The next time the narrator starts its broadcast, you're going to fail, they're all going to laugh. Don't hear it as your own internal thought. Instead, I want you to literally visualize a 7-year-old version of you standing right next to you, looking up with big worried eyes and saying those exact same words. They're going to know you're faking it. All of a sudden, it's not some damning verdict from the universe, is it? It's just a little kid's fear.
And how do you talk to that scared child? Not with anger. You respond with compassionate authority. You can literally say this, either out loud or just in your head. You acknowledge the good intention, thank you so much, I get that you're trying to help me, and then you gently assert the new reality. But I'm a grown-up now.
The whole key here is to learn to listen past the literal, limiting words and tune into the childlike intention underneath. And that intention, it almost always boils down to one of 3 things: love, fear, or shame. And usually, it's just a deep-seated fear of social rejection, of being kicked out of the tribe.
Here's another really powerful tool for you. Give the broadcast a name. Externalize it. So when it starts up, you just say to yourself, here we go. Looks like radio station W Fear is on the air again, or the Worry Channel is back with its morning report. Naming something gives you power over it. It's no longer this core part of you. It's just a channel you've tuned into, and you can always choose to change the station. So, by changing how we relate to the narrator, we stop pouring fuel on the fire of our own doubts, and we can finally start building a new foundation. And that foundation is genuine, real, durable confidence. But what even is that? It's probably not what you think. It's not about being the loudest person in the room or being arrogant. The absolute bedrock of real, unshakable confidence is a deep internal feeling of safety. It's the feeling that no matter what happens on the outside, you succeed, you fail, you get embarrassed, that you, at your core, are fundamentally okay. You are at home inside yourself.
Okay, so you've got that foundation of safety. On top of that, you add this: a generalized expectation of positive outcomes. Notice the word generalized. It doesn't mean you're psychic or that you know exactly how things are going to work out. It's just this quiet underlying belief that, you know what? In general, things are probably going to be all right.
And this is the final, most radical piece of the whole puzzle. Believing you're not good enough, that you're an imposter, that you can't possibly succeed, that is a delusion. It's a story you're telling yourself that has no basis in objective reality. So if you're already living in a delusion, why not pick one that actually serves you? Why not choose the empowering delusion of confidence?
So let's bring it all home. That voice in your head, the narrator, it has the mind, the fears, and the survival playbook of an 8-year-old. It means well, but it is hopelessly out of its depth in your adult life. So the question this whole thing leaves you with is a pretty simple one. Now that you know that, who's really in charge here?